In this video, my intention is not to give you a teaching, but to ask you a very important question. Who is God? I think we all assume who God is based upon pictures that we have seen of Michelangelo and different descriptions of God. We've tried to almost make him into an idol. In other words, we try to localize him into time and space. But I'd like to ask you, who really is God? You know, the Bible tells us that he is a rewarder of those that diligently seek him. And I'd like to just ask if God can be localized. In other words, if he can be depicted as some guy or some holy being on the throne somewhere billions of miles away, how could Paul say in Acts that in him we live and move and have our being? How could Paul say in Colossians that Christ is in us as the hope of glory? How could Jesus himself say that I am in the Father, you're in me, and I'm in you, if God can be localized in time and space? That's just a question. I have my answer. I have my idea of who God is, but I'd like to ask you to really take time and ask God, who are you? And begin to seek him and allow him to lead you to things, to areas in life that will expose you to who he really is. You know, all creation testifies of who he is. You can just go outside and look, and you will get an indication of who he is. Entire creation speaks and preaches the gospel, the good news of God, and gives us a hint of who he is. Go back to Genesis. Think about what's there. God said, let there be light. Think about that scene. Go back there, really. I mean, the Lord sort of instructed me a while back to go back to the beginning, which means go back to Genesis, because there's answers in Genesis that we are not told, that is not preached from the pulpits today. You don't hear some of the things that I have come to know about God. And I don't dare even start to give you my explanation of who he is, because my explanation came from much seeking. And I don't feel it's fair sometimes to give Christians, to give our brothers and sisters answers to everything, because the excitement, the exciting part of knowing God is taking a journey with him and discovering who he really is. So go back to Genesis, just the first 3 or 4 verses. Matter of fact, just the first 3 verses. You could spend months, and I have, on those first 3 verses. There's some huge answers there. And there's huge answers everywhere in the Bible, but it takes seeking. Don't take for granted, or don't assume you know who God is, because I can guarantee you he is not who you think he is. He is not who I thought he was for the past 6 years. I'm discovering God in a whole new way, and it is so exciting to have him reveal himself to me as who he really is. So, in this video, no answers, just questions. Who is God? I would encourage you to think about it and even write to me. My email's on the end of this video, or even post a comment below. Maybe we can enter into some discussion. But this is a very awesome and exciting topic to really discover and be revealed to by God who he really is. Hope you take this challenge, and I'll see you in the next video.